What's going on, everybody? This is your brother Tobiyah to far right from Tobiyah Talk, and we are going to be getting into this topic, but stay tuned and we will get started shortly. Alright, brothers and sisters, if you could kindly do so, please click the subscribe button. Please click the little bell so you can get my notifications. Like this video if you liked it, or dislike it if you want. And please share this video. It's going to help me grow my subscribers list. Alright, stay tuned. Next week I will be giving away another 1 million trade coins. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you are active in my comment section. Alright, so let's get into the topic of discussion today. Former Ethiopian president believes Haile Selassie to be a holy man who didn't die. Alright, I was going through the internet and this article popped up on diretube.com. Alright, if you want to watch this video, alright, it's in Amharic. So if if you're Ethiopian and you could understand Amharic, you could watch this video. Click the link in the description to get access to this page here. But what we're going to do is just read this quick article to kind of get an insight on what they mean by the title. And I'll throw in my 2 cents on what I personally feel about this article. Alright, so it says here, Ethiopia. Former president believes Haile Selassie to be a holy man who didn't die but ascended. Quote, I believe that Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia does not die, end quote, commented by the former president of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. That's amazing. The Rastafarian community also the same hypothesis. Mr. Germa is the first government official in believing such hypothesis. Rather, he argues that the emperor, quote, has ascended to heaven without dying, end quote, like that of Elijah in 2 Kings chapter of the Bible. Rastas believe that Emperor Haile Selassie did not die as reported in 1974, and that the racist white media, Babylon, propagated that rumor to squash the Rastafari movement and their message of overthrowing Babylon. Babylon is considered to have been in rebellion against Earth's rightful rulers ever since the days of the biblical king Nimrod, according to some conspiracy theorists. On the other hand, reports claim that Ethiopia's last emperor, Haile Selassie, is to be given a state funeral in 2000, 25 years after dying in mysterious circumstances, despite objections from Rastafarians that he is not dead. Ousted by military officers in 1974, the emperor had probably murdered the following year, and his body buried underneath a lavatory in the royal palace in Addis Ababa. It discovered after the collapse of the colonial Mengistu Haile Mariam regime 8 years ago. The bones have remained in a box marked "Do Not Open" while the government and his descendants argued over what to do with them. But they will finally be buried next Sunday, 70 years after his coronation. The ceremony was aimed at restoring the image of the late emperor tarnished by the Mengistu regime that murdered him, explained Bewutu Zoe Gebra-Haiwot, the president of the Emperor Haile Selassie Memorial Foundation, which has raised money from Ethiopians around the world for the ceremony. Born in 1892, Haile Selassie liked to think of himself as an enlightened monarch leading his people towards modernization, and proud that he was the only African country not to be colonized. The reality was the man, crowned conquering Lion of Judah, lived in splendor, while most of his subjects lived in dire poverty. Alright, so comment below. Let me know what you felt about this topic. I'm going to go ahead and speak about what I feel. Alright. Now, it's quite obvious that the death of the late great King of Kings of Ethiopia, Gedamawi Haile Selassie, has been shrouded in a lot of mystery. Alright. There are a lot of opposing opinions, and even some who claim facts. All right, there are many witnesses who say one thing, and then there's other witnesses who claim to be witnesses who say the other. All right, now it is very, very interesting that Mr. Karma, all right, the former Ethiopian president, believed that Haile Selassie was a holy man who didn't die but ascended. However, this article was posted a day ago on DireTube.com. After reading this article, it is more clear to me that this is a more older article that is surfacing today on August 8th, 2017, or even yesterday on August 7th. All right, and it already have 17,000 views, and as you guys can see, added one day ago. So my personal opinion is even this last statement that they said, the reality was that the man crowned conquering Lion of Judah lived in splendor while most of his subjects lived in dire poverty. And I don't fully agree with that. I do agree that the King of Kings lived as a king. All right, he lived as a king. But ones and ones will try to make it out to seem that His Imperial Majesty Kedamawi Haile Selassie is the direct reason why his country and his subjects, quote unquote, live in dire poverty. Now, I would like to argue that the poverty that Ethiopia was facing during the times of the reign of His Imperial Majesty Kedamawi Haile Selassie had a lot to do with outside influence trying to sabotage the only uncolonized land in Africa at the time. All right, we have to take into consideration how important colonization was to the Europeans and to the Portuguese and to the Spaniards, all right, and to the Belgians, right, and to the Italians, most definitely to the Russians, and all of these other people who came from the outside in to rape Africa. All right, so we need to take that into consideration and not blame His Imperial Majesty. All right. However, it is very interesting that the last or former Ethiopian president believes that Haile Selassie was a holy man who didn't die but ascended, just like the likes of Elijah in 2 Kings chapter of the Bible. So that is extremely interesting. I will be following up on this story. However, what I want to do is get a few comments from my subscribers. Let me know what you think about this topic, and I will catch you in the next video.